Chapter 1128 Title RPG. Eiichiro Oda combines two reader requests for colors spread in the cover. Straw Hat Crew having a barbecue with a dragon atop a volcano, and Wizard Straw Hat Crew flying with a black cat. Final version in this week's color spread is Straw Hat Crew wearing wizard costumes, like Hogwarts uniforms, are riding brooms in the sky together with a massive dragon. Chapter starts in Big Stein Castle. Sanji carries Nami and jumps down from the castle with Luffy, Zoro, and Usopp. Sanji says too many dudes around for this to be a dream. Nami asks what kind of dreams are you having? He replies in that case, Nami-san, let's fly. Nami shouts, careful, this place is falling apart. I woke up on the other end of town. They arrived to the land below, and we can see that the entire kingdom is made of Lego pieces with huge Yggdrasil tree in the middle. Zoro explains that he woke up at the other side of town, and then he followed the noise to find Luffy defeating Giant Rabbit. Luffy says Usopp that he should be able to defeat that lion on his own. Usopp replies he was in a panic since he woke up while being eaten by the cat. Usopp says this kingdom is not Elbaf since their giant warrior outfits are normal size. So, Straw Hat Crew decides to go to the giant town to ask people what is happening. Zoro says we won't clear this up without chatting to them. I think there are people in the town. Besides, this area is too vast, and we have no idea which way the sea is. Luffy replies you are right. Let's head to town. Sanji says the others do not seem to be here. Usopp asks how do you know? Sanji replies my radar is not picking up Robin. Nami asks are you a hound? Let us just ask about them in town. Luffy shouts it's time for adventure. Usopp asks why are you so hyped? Nami says you realize we literally know nothing about this place, right? Zoro says this is such a wide open space. But I cannot feel any wind, it is eerie. Sanji says, while simping don't fear Nami-san. I am here for you. She says let us say this is Elbaf. Could we have been gigantified? Then again, this tree is definitely fake. Suddenly Zoro says something is coming. Both Nami and Usopp shouts, wait a minute. Luffy shouts, wow. On the way to the town, they encounter a normal-sized bearded guy wearing giant outfits, riding a giant grasshopper. Bearded guy, oh, you guys are newcomers? Usopp and Luffy are happy to see the Gant grasshopper. Nami shouts, no way. Keep that bug away. They ask him, who are you, OLD man? Where is this place? Do you know where our crewmates are? That is a lot of questions. The old man replies, my apologies, I am too much of a rush to stay and chat. The old man says, just remember, this vast land belongs to the sun god. They ask God? He continues, even the Big Stein Castle, which I help maintain, is the domain of deities like the Great Iskit. He asks, oh, someone lives there? No, a cat. Luffy says, our bad. We kinda hooped that cat. To put it simply, this is a land of gods. Usopp covers Luffy's mouth before Luffy talks too much, while Zoro, Nami, and Sanji are whistling and looking the other way to hide that they killed the rabbit. He says, now then, I must be off. The Needle God must be starving by now. All that uproar over the Ear God being burned really delayed me. If you're hungry, head to town for some fodder rations. Also, heed this warning, do not follow this road. Usopp asks why not. He says the Rabbit Guardians protect the Sun God's temple beyond that point, and no one has ever ventured past there and returned to tell the tale. Nami says, wait, don't phrase it like that, or he will. Luffy says, Luffy starts to run. Both Old Man and Usopp are shocked. When Luffy hears bearded guy words, his face changes to a very funny facial expression and runs right to the sun god's temple. Usopp says, thanks a lot, Gramps. Nami says sorry about all this. Old Man is confused. Zoro got interested when he hears there are guardian beasts and run after Luffy. Sanji scolds Zoro for always going with Luffy's flow. Old Man says what happened to the castle? Luffy shouts while running, this place reeks of adventure. Nami and Usopp shouts, didn't you hear him? Rabid guardians? Gods. Hold up, Luffy. The monster trio says. This place is seriously huge. Just how long is this freaking road? Wait, look at that castle. Doesn't it look like the other one? Can't see any buildings ahead. We see Luffy is confused and says someone's running this way. They're in Elbaf gear, too. Whatever. I'll just dodge him. But suddenly, he hits something invisible and breaks it. We suddenly see cracks in the sky. Zoro shouts the sky is breaking? Sanji says what? We see shouting look. The sky. It is coming from the holy temple. No, over there. What is going on? Everything is going to hell. Zoro says what the? Sanji says that means. Nami says unbelievable. It is revealed to be a giant mirror. The sky and wide scenery they see are all mirror reflection. The people in Lego Town are shocked to see the sky cracks above them. Luffy crosses that mirror and falls to the floor. After the mirror is broken, it's revealed that the entire Lego kingdom is a model/diorama placed in a giant's room. The diorama is inside a huge cage covered with glass. From inside the glasses are mirrors, but from outside look like a fish tank. We can see the inside from the outside. The cage takes up a large part of the room, from top to bottom of the room, and the front part of the cage has a huge grill with a door, with the size for a giant. In the room there are some furniture too, like a giant wood table. And on top of the table there are fabrics, threads, and a giant sewing machine. We can see a lot of Lego pieces disperse in the floor of the room where Luffy fell. Straw Hat Crew is in shock. Sanji says, I'll bet there's genuine giants this way. Is this whole place some kind of pet cage? This is the worst. Mysterious person says, guys. Are you there? Was that noise you? Help me. Nami says it's a giant room. Zoro says we can't still be on that huge ship though. Usopp says, this isn't like any of the cabins they had. What's up with this wire netting? That mysterious voice is Chopper, that is captive outside the cage, in the giant wood table. Zoro releases him, and Chopper, crying, hugs Nami. Chopper, everyone. I'm so glad to see you. Nami, there, Chopper, everything's gonna be okay. Chopper, the collar was made of steel. I couldn't get it off. I really thought this is the end for me. Zoro says this is clearly a giant's room. So what's with all the human-sized clothing? We must have been dressed up like dolls. Usopp says still. This is some fine craftsmanship. This sun god must be very skilled. Nami says now you owe me one. Chopper is shocked. Usopp, that's coldy, you were scared earlier too. Usopp and Zoro examine all the stuff in the table. Luffy does the same in the floor. Luffy, there's so many of these blocks. Usopp, that whole country was made out of them. That explains the horrible scent. From when we were grilling up the rabbit. Sanji, it must have been all the plastic burning. Hey, check it out. From here, the view is never ending. Usopp says wait. It's see-through now. Nami says what kind of magic mirror is this? It's like normal glass on this end. Sanji, while simping, says Nami and I volunteer to clean the ladies' room on the ship later. She shouts, don't you dare. Zoro says so this is some kind of sick hobby. The giant likes to watch the animals and people trapped in that block world. Usopp says that's creepy, but this confirms we're on Elbaf, right? This is a real giant's room, so there must be a real giant island out there. Luffy shouts for real. Hell yeah. Nami says how can you be so sure? All we can really say is a giant's behind this. Chopper says we should escape. Where are the others? It'd be bad if the giant came back and caught us here. Usopp says, why not head back inside and squeeze the townspeople for some more information? They seemed a little weird, but it's better to face them than risk a confrontation with a giant. Hey, are you listening, Luffy? Suddenly, two new giant animals appear in the giant room. Hilmengander, a giant snake. Its name is based on the world serpent Jormungandr in Norse mythology, and Mugen, a giant raven with a skull on its head. Its name is a mix of Muninj and Hugin, Odin's ravens in Norse mythology. Luffy and the other fight against them, wrecking stuff of the room and making room catch fire. Luffy shouts, "Yeah, I just thought I'd blow this guy away first." Usopp replies, "Go for it." Nami shouts, "Look down there. Rats. And above us, a crow." How? Is this a temple, though? Don't tell me. These are those rabid temple guardians. I'm still full from the rabbit, so I'm just gonna send these guys flying. Cut to the outside the room. We see that Sun God is walking down a corridor towards the room. Room door has a Z symbol. Sun God is a giant far larger than any normal giant we saw so far, except doors, but we can't see yet if Sun God is a man or a woman. Sun God is a slim giant that wears a black long tunic and a deer skull, with big antlers and mane, that covers her face. And Sun God has a staff and a shield with sun symbol. Sun God notices that smoke and noise are coming from the room, so Sun God enters the room and is shocked to see Luffy destroying it while they are fighting the animals. We see them saying, "Wait, Luffy. That is overkill. Hey, I am not the one who busted the fireplace and let the flames spread." The Sun God shouts, "What? It cannot be. My beloved temple." Usopp says, "Luffy, this is bad. The Sun God is back. Let's run for it." Luffy is using Gear 5 and laughing in the middle of fire that is burning the room. Then he uses GOMU, No Dawn Pistol, to defeat the giant snake. On the other hand, Zoro defeats Giant Crow. That giant is huge. This is so messed up. Then Straw Hat Crew enters into the diorama to evade Sun God, and they encounter again Iskit, giant cat they defeated in the castle. Iskit is very angry, but they hit Iskit's head and get on it while Nami shows them a map she found. "Chopper," the cat said, "I will remember this." Duh. Nami, okay. But more importantly, look. We didn't get what we were looking for, but we did find the blueprint of this land of blocks. Sanji, in other words, a map. Zoro, he's coming. Nami, guys, get ready. If we run at a straight line, there's another mirror ahead. If we destroy it along with the wall, we will be outside. Luffy, yes. Let us get out of here. Sun God, how dare you defile my beloved country? Town people, what? The Sun God is furious. Sun God, you won't get away. In the amazing final double page of the chapter, we see Straw Hat Crew riding Iskit through the diorama town with Sun God chasing them. Town people are in shock when they see enraged Sun God.